Back here at the Smith Fitness Center, day 2 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins with you along with the 2nd Audio-Visual Squadron. Glad to be with you, and an exciting day 1, 4 games. Of course, a lot of energy, a lot of bundle of nerves, so we'll see how it goes. 4 games on the docket here this afternoon. We're going to start with Army and Air Force women, and then the men's will follow, and then later tonight, Army against Navy men and women. Let's turn it over to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
We're going to bring out the Air Force women, starting with number 3, Sierra Winters. Number 10, Kaylin Emmel. Number 15, Tierra Phillips. Number 5, Shakira Wade. And number 21, Dasha McMillan. Make some noise for the Air Force women. All right, for our U.S. Marine Corps women, first up, number 2, Ashley Leachman. Number 1, Shelby Lindsay. Number 21, Kaylee Darcy. Number 12, Brianna Allen. Number 32, Veronica French. Let's also recognize our officials for the evening, Chris Markey, Whitney Niles, and Phoebe Smith. We appreciate them so much. All right, let's tip off.
So the starting lineups on the floor, the Air Force women coming off a nice game. Couple players in double figures last night in the win, a 56-41 decision against Navy. Kaylin Emmel and Tierra Phillips scored in double figures for Air Force. For the Marines, they are 0-1 now in the tournament after a 7-point loss to Army, as Phillips and Brianna Allen in the center circle tee it up. And I'm involved in the game right away. Second time as the ball came out underneath my table. All right, here we go. Darcy to inbound here for the Marines. So the Marines wearing red here with the yellow trim, white numbers. Air Force in a dark gray as it's Shaq Wade down with the rebound, and Air Force quickly in transition into the front court. Skip pass over to Winters. Well, Air Force will reset their half-court offense here. Marines in his own look to start defensively and get the steal. And Darcy brings it quickly into the front court. She'll hand off to Shelby Lindsay. Good ball movement by the Marines offensively, but there's a steal by Shaq Wade. And Wade lays it up and in and gets the bucket. First score of the game. Just a minute gone by here in this first quarter. Now Brianna Allen drives the paint for the Marines, and she's going to get called for a traveling violation. So Air Force, a successful start to this tournament yesterday. An 8-0 run to start that game against Navy. They led 38-9 at halftime. And they led by 26 points after the third quarter. As Wade feeling it. 2 quick buckets here for Shaq Wade, the former Alabama product. So it might be a long day if she gets hot. And Leachman loses the basketball. Kaylin Emmel now finds Winters. Now it's McMillan for 3. Got it. 7-0 run to start this game. And head coach Christopher Madden says timeout. The Marines want to talk about it. Down 7 early. Back here at the Smith Fitness Center, a 7-0 run by Air Force to start this game. Shaq Wade with a couple of big buckets. McMillan hit that big three as well. And Air Force with the 7-0 lead here. Air Force looking very polished here, trying to work against this zone D, and slicing and dicing her way to the bucket was Tiara Phillips for her first basket of the game. And it's a 9-0 lead for Air Force. So very reminiscent of yesterday's game. Sierra Winters and Darcy get tangled up on the floor. So this game starting out very physical as well. Darcy was having nothing to do with getting that ball taken away from her. As Veronica French off the inbounds tried to find a cutter. Shelby Lindsay on the back door going to the basket, but no dice. And we're going to get our first substitution of the game. French going to check out here. Aronisha Jefferson going to check into the lineup for the Marines. Jefferson, a corporal out of Camp Pendleton, California. That's Phillips, tries to go to the baseline. Nice job defensively by the Marines on the double team. And Winters lost it, but Phillips there to clean it up. Can't get the layup to go. Now it's Wade in the paint. Puts it up and in. 6 points already for her. 11-0 run by Air Force. The air attack on full display here in the game's first 3+ minutes. Allen leaves it for Lindsay. Lindsay in the paint. Little 6-foot runner, and she's going to get that one to go. So Shelby Lindsay with the first basket of the game for the Marines at the 6:27 mark. And a blocking foul is going to be called. And Phillips is going to earn a trip to the free throw line. That foul whistled on Keishana Johnson. That's going to be her first and the first foul of this game. So it's going to be Phillips at the free throw line. And she completes the three-point play. And it's 14-2 Air Force. Marines got to find an answer as Phillips is going to steal that ball and lays it up easily in transition. And Phillips, just like that, has 7 points in the game. 16-2 Air Force. On the baseline, Darcy wanted that pass. Just got it out right in front of her. It was the right look, just not the execution for the Marines. As again, they continue to try to find the right lineup here. Shelby Lindsay's going to take a seat. And Veronica French, the veteran for the Marines, back into the lineup. Himmel, former Air Force Academy Falcon, bounce pass to Wade. And Wade's going to get whistled for a traveling violation. One of the few mistakes that Air Force has made here in the game's first 4+ minutes. And it's a turnover. Air Force and Marine men to follow. That should be a good game as well. Jefferson working against Hess, who's into the game for the first time. Hess with the block shot, and a jump ball is called. Nice defense from Catherine Hess. Hess, a second lieutenant out of Joint Base Anacostia Bolivian. Patricia Martinez-Sands checks into the lineup for the first time for Air Force as well. Number 1, you see the replay on that block by Hess. And already on the other end, a whistle as Katie Foote is into the lineup for the first time as well. That foul was on Olivia Islas. Islas is into the game for the first time for the Marines in the tournament as shot a little bit short. Marines in transition, and that ball was stolen away by Whitney Williams. And Foote is going to get fouled as she's trying to take the pass. And that's going to be on Kaylee Darcy. Darcy out of Joint Base Langley Eustis. And again, wholesale substitutions here in the game's first 5+ minutes. Denisha Mondi checks into the lineup for Air Force. So both coaches trying to get almost everybody into the game early here. Foote out of the double team, gives it to Hess. Free ball doesn't go. Mondi back to Hess. Sands kicks it over for Williams. Hits the backboard. Shelby Lindsay trying to fight for the rebound, but it's Martinez-Sands who gets it. And Air Force with 4 on the shot clock has to hurry. Williams does reset the shot clock to 20. She just got a piece of that rim. Hess now a 3. And no shot, a foul before the shot. And that foul is going to be on Jefferson. And the Marines have picked up 4 team fouls here in the early going. That foul on Jefferson, her first. And so Martinez-Sands to inbound.
4-0 on the foul.
Whitney Williams over to Hess. Now it's Foote. She's going to drive all the way to the rack and a whistle. And that is going to be on Ali Tellez. She's a staff sergeant out of Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. And that is going to send Katie Foote to the free throw line. That foul on Tellez, her first, but that's a 5th team foul as well. So 2 shots here for Foote coming up, the former Air Force Academy Falcon, as she hits the first free throw. Foote averaged 7 points a game as a junior at the Air Force Academy. And she's 1 out of 2 on that trip for Air Force. 17-2 and a whistle. And the ball will stay with the Marine Corps here. This game is chippy, and don't let the score fool you. Both sides are fighting. Leachman now. And this Air Force defense has been relentless in this first half. French throws up a wild shot. Rebound taken down by Foote. Mondi now. 17-footer and a whistle. And Sands is going to get whistled here. And that's going to be the first team foul on Air Force in the game. Darcy back into the Marine lineup, replacing Tellez. Ashley Leachman, gunnery sergeant out of NAS Oceana, Virginia, running the point right now for this Marine offense. Now it's Darcy back to Leachman. Good ball movement. Shot clock under 10, and Martinez-Sands with the steal. Great play by Martinez-Sands. and a whistle and a turnover. So we are getting a lot of whistles in this game, and Leachman comes up a little bit slow. And looks like she's going to have to come out of this game for a moment. So hopefully she's all right. That'd be a huge loss for this Marine Corps squad if she can't return. Turnaround jumper is good for Brianna Allen. That's just the second basket of the game for the Marines. It's 17-4 here, 2:28 to play first quarter. Opening game of this second day of the 2024 Armed Forces Championships. Martinez Sands with a running floater in the lane, doesn't go. Darcy now leaves it for French. French on the baseline. Rebound taken down by Williams. Both teams just running the floor. Sands for three, in and out. And Brianna Allen with a big rebound for the USMC. And French tries to set the half-court offense. Darcy into the lane, and a foul. Denisha Mondi whistled for the foul. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Air Force by 13. First quarter here at the Smith Fitness Center. Air Force leads 17-4. They had an 11-0 run to start the game, and they have played some relentless D. And Mondi on the other end gets some relentless offense. She gets her first basket of the game, and it's a 15-point lead for Air Force. And right now, nothing really working on the offensive end for the Marines as an air ball for Jefferson. And the Marines in desperate search of some offense here. Coach Madden told me before the game, you know, yesterday he only went about 7 players deep and hoping to get some more players in the lineup today to give that core group a little more rest. They played a lot of minutes yesterday, and so that's something they're trying to figure out here as Sierra Winters stops and pops, and she gets her first basket of the game. Winters with 9 points yesterday in that win over Navy. It's 21-4, Air Force. Darcy now all the way to the baseline. She loves that baseline shot. Mondi down with the rebound. Winters wanted the 3-ball. Brianna Allen all over her, and Allen ties her up, and that's going to be a jump ball. Nice job defensively by Brianna Allen. She's a captain who is a Reserve Officer Training Corps instructor at the University of South Carolina right now. And she made a great play right there. Under 25 seconds to play here in quarter number 1, and a whistle. And they're going to whistle a foul on Whitney Williams for Air Force. That's going to be her first. Just the third team foul on Air Force here as Jordan Gravely, a corporal out of Camp Humphreys, Korea, checks in for the Marines for the first time in this tournament. And that ball out of bounds, a turnover. With 18.3 ticks left here in quarter number one. Tara Phillips now bringing across midcourt. And right now, Air Force looking really tough as a wild shot put up by Phillips with just 1 second remaining in the first quarter. So catch and shoot here for the Marines. And that is going to end quarter number one. 17-point lead for Air Force. Start of the second quarter here at Fort Moore, Georgia, home of the 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins with you, delighted to be here all week long. This is game 5 of 28, 4 games yesterday, and this is game 1 today. Right now, the Air Force women all over the Marines, a count of 21-4 as Tiara Phillips makes her way to the rack, and she's going to get fouled. And did they call actually an offensive foul? Phillips is a little incredulous, but that's going to be a foul as now the head coach for Air Force, James Lewis, has a discussion with one of the officials, but an offensive player control foul. And now it's Lindsay into the paint. Nice pass to Tellez, but can't finish. And Phillips fights for the loose ball. And now in transition, Air Force running. Whitney Williams thought about a three. Goes all the way to the paint, and she's going to draw the foul from Shelby Lindsay.
Red one.
And so Whitney Williams at the free throw line. Air Force was 2 of 3 in that first quarter from the free throw line. They were 66% Air Force yesterday from the free throw line. In their win over Navy. Just get a good look there at Williams. She's a senior airman stationed at Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. Second free throw missed. Marines trying to break it. On the baseline, there's Darcy. Just can't get the layup to go. Just been that kind of day. Out in transition. Here's Williams, and she misses the layup. So a little sloppy here for both squads. And now Darcy wants a three, and this time she's going to hit it. So Darcy with her first bucket of the game. And it's down to a 15-point lead for the team in gray. Shaq Wade down low. Phillips, if she'd have finished, that'll look too easy. But Lindsay fighting for the loose ball and gets it. Great job rebounding the last few possessions by the Marines. May not be shooting well, but they're tough. And French dives and a jump ball. This game has been physical from the opening tip. And now Kaylin Emmel going to check back into the lineup here for Air Force. And Martinez Sands will bring it up court. Emmel on the baseline, quick shot, and it gets caught up in between the backboard and the rim. And the assist from the Smith Fitness Center crew, thanks. Daisha McMillan has also checked back into the lineup for Air Force. 8:15 to play in quarter number 2. Darcy hands it off to Lindsay. Lindsay ran into a wall there. And Darcy, an NBA three. A little bit of a heat check right there. Goes out of bounds. If you're Coach Madden, I think you're okay with Darcy testing the range here in the early going. You need some points. Long distance will get you 3. Air Force, good defense on the inbound. They force a turnover. Again, the defensive pressure by Air Force all throughout this first half has been incredible as Emmel launches a 3. Got it. Kaylin Emmel with her first basket of the game. She had 10 points last night, including a trifecta. So her second 3-bomb of the tournament. And Air Force leads 25-7 as Darcy throws up a runner from about 7 feet. And quickly, just like that, Air Force in transition as McMillan with the bucket. And Chris Madden wants a timeout for the Marines. It's a 20-point lead with 7:21 to play in the first half. Back after this.
Hey, I'm going out of legend. When you hear my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out of legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out of legend. That's why I'm going out of legend. Yeah, I'm going out of legend. Hey, yo. Homie, if I don't get a blue face bill.
Approaching 7 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. It's been all Air Force thanks to some serious defensive pressure as that ball was smacked away by Shaq Wade. And a turnover as Brianna Allen stepped on the inline. Shaq Wade, 6 points in that first quarter. Tiara Phillips had 7 points in that first quarter to pace Air Force. Daisha McMillan has added 5 points, including a triple. So some balanced scoring here from Air Force as Wade stepped back and buries it. Shaq Wade was a former McDonald's All-American nominee, and she shows why right there. 8 points now to lead all scorers in this first half for Wade. And a whistle. And Sierra Winters gets whistled for a foul. It's going to be her first. Team second here in the second quarter. As Coach James Lewis has a quick conversation. Veronica French saved that ball, and Air Force comes away with it. Phillips now one-on-one with French. Wow. Tiara Phillips absolutely making her presence felt. Air Force on the other end with some defense as well. Keishana Johnson coming back in for the Marines. Let's look at that last one again. Look at that, Phillips. Just incredible body control in the paint and lays it up and in. Phillips now with 9 points in the game as the officials are having a conversation at the scorer's table. I think we're all set to get back to action here. Tough time inbounding the basketball. That Marines have had a tough time throughout this second quarter doing that on the inbounds. That's Brianna Allen. It's working against Phillips. Tries to take care of it herself on the baseline. Can't do it. That's a bad pass from Sierra Phillips. Tried to rush the transition. Turnover for Air Force. And Darcy to the paint. She's going to get fouled. And that's going to be on Winters. So a couple of quick fouls here for Sierra in quarter number 2. And that's going to send Kaylee Darcy to the free throw line. Darcy had 22 points yesterday, 13 of those in the first half. She had 4 triples, 3 of them in the second half. She was an absolute machine for the Marines in yesterday's game. And she's 2 of 2 on that trip at the free throw line. Those are the first 2 free throws of the game for the Marines. And the score sits at 31-9 with 5:50 to play here in quarter number 2. First of 4 games today. Let's see, Air Force sitting at the top of the table here. Immel with a long 3, rebounded long by Winters, and another turnover. It's a little bit sloppy on the offensive end the last few possessions for Air Force. That shot won't go for Johnson. Marines having to claw back here, a lot of work to do. And McMillan, though, making it just a little bit harder. Her second three-pointer of the game. And Air Force up by 23. Shaq Wade with the steal. Turnaround. Layup won't go. Putback does go for Winters. And it's 36-9. The air raid sirens are sounding here at the Smith Fitness Center. Darcy, scoop layup shot, too strong. And a rebound underneath by Olivia Islas. Yeah, Darcy finds herself back to the free throw line. Darcy with 5 points in the game. Darcy played over 100 career games at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. Very experienced collegiate player. Yeah, she misses that free throw. She averaged 14.1 points per game over her career. She started every game of her collegiate career except one. 101 career starts for Darcy. Pretty impressive stuff. 26-point lead for Air Force. Back to a 2-3 zone look defensively for the Marines, and Katie Foote slices and dices through it. Just can't get the shot to fall, and it's Shelby Lindsay out with the rebound for the Marines. A quick whistle and a foul is going to be called on Catherine Hess. And Kaylee Darcy, the lady in red right now, she's trying to bring the Marines back almost single-handedly here. She earns another trip to the free throw line. And she makes the first. 7 points in the contest for Darcy. And right now, she's 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and a full court press now from the Marines. So changing it up yet again, and the Air Force does a nice job of breaking the press. Phillips from the elbow misses everything. Keishana Johnson almost traveled. Not the person I think probably they want to dribble, but Lindsay is going to be whistled for a traveling violation. And so back to the full court press here for the Marines. A nice job by Johnson there. Johnson off the glass too strong. French gets the rebound, and she's going to get fouled. Just an absolute great job defensively on the press there by the Marines. And showing Air Force a look they haven't seen a lot of so far. And so French at the free throw line. French had 9 points in yesterday's game. She was 4 of 5 from the free throw line in that game. All 9 of those points for French were in the first half. She is a major stationed at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida. And she's 1 out of 2 on that trip. And it's 36-13. And again, another great effort there by Johnson. This time, though, Air Force recovers. Foot down to the baseline for Hess. And off the hands of Johnson. I think she thought Darcy, her teammate, was going to grab it, so she let it go. So it'll be Air Force basketball with 3:11 to play here in the first half. French smacks it away. Kaylin Immel trying to find some open room for a shot. Instead, she drives to the bucket. And Marines down with the rebound. Darcy all the way to the rack, and a whistle. And you could definitely see Kaylee Darcy is not afraid to go into traffic and mix things up. The foul whistled on Phillips. That's going to be her second. And so Darcy at the free throw line. Take a look again. No fear. First free throw on the way, it's good. Darcy making a living at the free throw line right now. And Marines slowly chipping away here. 5 consecutive free throws made by Darcy here. And with 2:53 remaining in the second quarter, quick timeout, 36-15 Air Force. (36-15) the score, 2:52 to play. Some great highlights, great visuals from our second audio visual squad and crew all week long. They're doing a great job, so thank you to everybody out on the cameras. Back on the court, though, it's been all Air Force, but the Marines putting up some defensive pressure and getting some offense at the free throw line here in quarter number 2 as they try to push the ball in transition off the turnover, and they turn it over themselves. But this full court pressure by the Marines has yielded some benefits for the Marines. Trying to give Air Force some looks they haven't seen. That ball almost thrown away, but Martinez hands able to pick it up, and now Phillips going to run the half-court offense for Air Force. Phillips stops from the free throw line, buries it. Tiara Phillips has had a nice first half. She has 11. 5 field goals for her through the game's first 18 minutes. Air Force leads 38-15. Jefferson on the baseline. Another rebound for the Air Force. Phillips thought about a three, steps in though, and she's going to get fouled on the arm by Shelby Lindsay. Lindsay hit her elbow, and so Phillips is going to go to the free throw line. That's going to be a 2-shot foul. Second team foul on the Marines here in the second quarter. It's going to be the second on Lindsay. Phillips 1 for 1 at the free throw line tonight. Phillips played college ball, a couple different stops. She started at Chippewa College as she makes the first free throw. But then she spent 2 years at the University of Dayton playing for the Flyers. Averaged just under 2 points a game over those 2 years as she misses the second free throw. It's 39-15 and a quick stoppage of play here. So they're trying to reset the shot clock here. And they're resetting the game clock as well to 1:32. No, they're still working it out. So that's the stoppage in play. So Tiara Phillips, with her 10-point effort in last night's game, will be averaging well over 10 points over 2 games for this tournament, as she has over that number here in the first half. Air Force scored 56 points in their win last night over Navy, as Phillips kicks it over to Foot. Bounce pass to Martinez Sands. Can't get the three-pointer to go. Nice job by McMillan to give her teammates a chance to get the ball, but they don't. And the Air Force surrenders possession here with 1:21 to play in this first half. Marines need a couple of quick buckets here. Lindsay working hard against Tiara Phillips, but Phillips all over. And an offensive foul is going to get whistled against the Marines. And that's going to be on Lindsay, and that's a tough break. That's her third foul, and she's going to have to come out of this game and likely spend some time on the bench. Under a minute to play. Air Force trying to be patient, get some looks. Nice job there by Tellez. And it's going to be a turnover. That all started because of Allie Tellez, the El Paso, Texas native. And Jefferson comes off. Hopefully she's all right. Dominique White, a sergeant out of Camp Pendleton, California, checking into the lineup for the first time for the Marines in the tournament. She's wearing number 13 on the floor. Darcy. Fight for the loose ball, and it's Allen going to come out of the pile with it. Tellez stopped at the baseline. Almost has it taken away. Now it's Darcy working against Phillips. That's a battle. 6 on the red clock. Ball knocked out of bounds and last touched by the Marines, so the shot clock is off, and Air Force will have 12 seconds to hold for the final shot here of this first half. Phillips. And Veronica French gets called for a foul. And that's going to put Sands on this side of the court by the broadcast table to inbound. Phillips got a shot partially blocked by Darcy and hits it right at the buzzer. Phillips with a huge, huge shot to end the first half. Wow, really incredible stuff by Air Force, and they have been on fire. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back in about 13, 14 minutes or so, we will have the second half of this one. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Halftime in the books here at the Paul Smith Fitness Center at Fort Moore, Georgia. Game 1 of the day, day 2 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. And the women of Air Force all over the Marine Corps right now, 41-15, a 26-point lead. Air Force, some tenacious defense throughout that first half, and a big first half from Tierra Phillips, 14 points. Couple of free throws mixed in there as well. Shaq Wade has 8 points. They lead the scoring column for Air Force. Station McMillan also threw in 7. Kelly Darcy, 10 points for the Marines, leads in that department for them. Most of her damage done at the free throw line as we start this third quarter. On the floor for Air Force, it's Winters, Phillips, Wade, McMillan, and Immel, the starting lineup, as the first shot on the way is no good for Johnson. Original starting lineup on the floor for the Marines, minus Ashley Leachman. Jefferson gets the call for Leachman here, but that's because Leachman was hurt in that first quarter, so we'll see if she returns to the game. Talked with head coach Chris Madden of the Marines, and he was like, hey, we just one play at a time. We got to chip away. We're going to keep doing what we do as French launches a 3. Rebound taken down by Wade. Now it's Phillips coast to coast. Whoa, what a move from Sierra Winters. Winters had 4 points in the first half, 6 now in the game for her. Didn't get a chance to talk to the Air Force coaches at halftime. But they had a similar situation in their game against Navy, did Air Force. And Coach Lewis told me yesterday, hey, bottom line, we got to keep working on things. We're not perfect. And it looks like Sierra Winters is going to have to come out of the game as she picked up another foul. That's going to be her 3rd. And so the Marines to inbound here. Jefferson steps in, a nice little step in, can't get the shot to go. Wade down with the rebound. She wanted to throw a long outlet pass in transition, does. And how about Catherine Hess on the other end, but couldn't finish. Wade knocked that ball out of the hands of Jefferson. Wade, just a dominant personality on the court for Air Force. Listed at 6 foot. Plays bigger than that. And Lindsay stepped out of bounds. So a mistake there for the Marines. Air Force led by 17 points at the end of quarter number 1. As Immel drives the baseline and threw it away. I think she thought her teammate was going to be there, but it was Brianna Allen instead. But Air Force led by 26 at the half. Air Force was 4 of 6 from the free throw line in that first half. Not a lot of free throws. As Wade lays it up and in. And she is now in double figures, the second Air Force player in double figures tonight. She has 10. He had 6 points, did Wade, in the first quarter. As Darcy throws a shot up, won't go. That shot was partially blocked by McMillan. And Allen there to clean it up. Just the second basket of the game for Brianna Allen. Immel gets her first basket of the game. And it's a 30-point lead for Air Force. There's a 3 from Lindsay. And just sporadically, track meets break out here because both teams running and gunning. Jefferson with the steal. And French with the finish. 47-22. Traveling violation. Hess went to make her move. Johnson gonna come in. Veronica French will take a seat here. 6:13 and counting, third quarter, game one of the day here. Don't forget the men's game will follow between Air Force and the Marines, and a whistle and a foul on the arm. And the foul's going to be whistled on Hess.
So black 13. Black 13 for foul. You know the colors, Elias. Red 10 for going to.
Aaronisha Jefferson at the free throw line. She's a corporal who hails from Belzoni, Mississippi. And the first free throw on the way is good for Jefferson. Jefferson was scoreless in yesterday's game. That makes both here. Now it's Tierra Phillips, the former Dayton Flyer, all the way to the bucket. First basket of the second half for her. And a game high 16 points. Jefferson whistled for the offensive foul. And that has Coach Madden up off the bench, maybe for the first time, really, as he can't believe the call. French going to check in here for Shelby Lindsay. And that's going to be a turnover for the Marines. So after the track meet we just had about 2 minutes ago, now a little more pace as Jefferson trying to generate some offense here over the last few possessions for the Marines. Not able to connect. And back to the full court press that the Marines employed in the second quarter. Had some success. Phillips double team, she's in trouble. And a timeout called as Phillips gets bailed out here with the timeout. Great job by the Marines. We'll step aside. 49-24 Air Force. Some little fans enjoying the game here this afternoon. Great day to be at the Smith Fitness Center for some Armed Forces Championship basketball. Air Force and the Marines. It's been all Air Force this afternoon as another whistle out of the timeout. And Shaq Wade is going to go to the free throw line. It's the second team foul on the Marines here. They are the home team in this contest. So Wade at the free throw line gets the hometown discount there. Rattles home. Wade played 131 career games at Alabama. And she misses that free throw. Pretty impressive resume at Alabama for Wade. I'll tell you about it throughout the tournament. But Wade again going back to the bucket on the baseline and making that presence felt. 5 points here in the second half for her. It's 52-24 in favor of Air Force and a traveling call. And so Coach Chris Madden will shuffle the deck again, trying to just figure out what works here against a very tough Air Force squad who is looking very competitive. Of course, Air Force, the defending champs in this tournament. That was their first gold medal that they won last year since 2011, so 12 years, as that baseline shot from Phillips doesn't connect. Darcy works out of the double team. Nice job. And that shot was blocked. What a play. Again, defensively for Air Force. Phillips and a blocking foul. Foul on Keishana Johnson. Third team foul for the Marines. And you saw the play right there. That play just really a microcosm of what Air Force has been doing all day defensively, especially in the paint. They are swarming as Phillips misses the first free throw. He's 2 for 4 today at the free throw line. Connects. And it's a 29-point advantage for Air Force here with 4 minutes to play, quarter number 3. The Marines 0-1 currently in the tournament as Johnson throws it up off the backboard too strong. Ganesha Mondi back into the game for Air Force, as well as Whitney Williams. Williams drives inside the paint, gets her shot blocked. Nice stand-up D there from Darcy. And regardless of what the scoreboard says, there's not going to be a free lunch when you go in the paint against the Marines. That's some stand-up D. And trying to clean up the basketball, apparently, here at the scorer's tables. You get a shot there of Veronica French. Tons of experience. 4 years on this all-Marine squad for her, number 32. Marines in a 3-2 zone here. They've been switching in and out of that zone look. Williams tried to go to the rack. And Marines out with it and moving in transition and a foul. Looks like they're going to get Wade. Actually, it's going to be a turnover. Wade thought she was got the foul. I thought she did too. And Wade going to take a 3. Rebound by Tellez. Now the Marines moving quick, and Whitney Williams pokes it away. Nice job of anticipation from Whitney Williams. She's a native of Castle Rock, Colorado. In between Denver and Colorado Springs. Beautiful part of the country. Islas had the ball bounce out of her grasp. Take it down by Katie Foote. Back into the game for Air Force. And now Williams will find Shaq. Wanted a 3, and she's going to get whistled for the traveling violation here. And Wade's going to come out, replaced by Kaylin Immel. Brianna Allen back into the game for the Marines. With 2:46 to play here in the third quarter. Nobody home. And the Air Force going to put that in as Foote with her first points of the game. It's a 31-point lead, 55-24. And Whitney Williams just stole that ball away. Oh, man. And Chris Madden has to call it full timeout here with 2:13 to play in the third quarter. Air Force, full assault mode. .3 lead right now for Air Force with 2:13 remaining in this third quarter. Opening game of day 2 of this 2024 Armed Forces Championship. Dan Hawkins with you, delighted to bring you all the action as defense has been the name of the game for Air Force. Air Force has gotten some offense as well. Tara Phillips with 17 points leads all scores. That swarming defense has the Marines in some big trouble as Johnson just got a shot up before the shot clock expired. But look how quickly Air Force is down the floor in transition. And Patricia Martinez-Sands with her first basket of the game. French tried a long three. Check that. That was Islas. And Almondi throws up a wild shot. And that's going to be a Marine basketball as Darcy checks back into the lineup here. Deja Fletcher, a Lance Corporal out of Camp Butler, Japan. Checking into the lineup. Haven't seen a lot of her. As Jordan Gravely checks out. It's a 35-point deficit for the Marines. So now things to work on before you play tomorrow as that ball goes out. So the Marines will play tomorrow against Navy. That's a 4 p.m. tilt. Air Force and Army tomorrow. The Air Force women back on the court for the noon game. And that ball taken away, and it's going to be Allen to put it right back up and in. And it's 59-26. Under a minute to play here in the third. Williams just tried to throw it up after she drew contact to maybe get an and one. That's going to be a blocking foul. On Shelby Lindsay, that's going to be Lindsay's 4th personal foul. And so she is in serious danger of fouling out of this game here in the third quarter as First free throw on the way for Williams is missed. And 0 for 2 on that trip for Williams. She's 1 for 4 from the free throw line today. But Air Force got the rebound. Martinez Sands for 3, missed it all. She's smiling. Only like you can smile when you're up 33, I suppose. 30 seconds to play, third quarter. Johnson gets double teamed. Fletcher tried to go for a shot. That was blocked. Mondi able to save it. Immel dives for it. And Air Force comes away with it. And it's stolen. And a shot blocked by Foot. Fletcher recovered. This is unbelievable. RC from 3. And that will end the third quarter. Just absolutely wild last 30 seconds. We're at the end of 3, 59-26 Air Force. Of the fourth quarter between Air Force and the Marines. It has been an Air Force kind of day, and that possession right there to start the quarter as the ball flies out of bounds off the hands of Johnson, kind of indicative of the kind of day it's been for the Marines. 17 points for Tiara Phillips, leads all scorers for Air Force. And this game has been marred by a lot of turnovers created by some strong defense. On the floor right now for the Marines, it's Lindsay, Darcy, Brianna Allen, Fletcher, and Johnson. Williams, Immel, as Immel with some nice defense right there. Mondi, Martinez Sands, and Foot. Immel almost knocked that one away. Lindsay last touched it. So another turnover here, second turnover of the quarter for the Marines. 10 points for Darcy, but all those for her in the first half. So quite second half so far as that shot goes down for Foot. She's got 5. (62-26). A couple of substitutions coming in here. Farrah Butler coming in here for Air Force. First time we've seen her this afternoon. Veronica French checks back in for the Marines. And Johnson thought there was going to be a cutter on a baseline going to the basket. And so she anticipated the pass, but nobody was home. Marines back to that full court pressure. Tara Butler thought about the shot, said we'll give it back to Foot. Hemel, right pass, just didn't connect. And an offensive player control foul on Kaylee Darcy. That's going to be her second. And Sierra Winters comes back into the game. She's been on the bench for a while. She picked up those 3 fouls, and so she returns here in the fourth quarter. And that press results in another turnover. Nice job by the Marines. Still plugging away here late in this game. Farrah Butler picks up the foul. And Winters picks up foul number 4 immediately upon coming back into the game. Been that kind of day for her. Shelby Lindsay, a little bit too soft. And a rebound taken down by Winters. Here comes Air Force. And another turnover, so a little sloppy here by Air Force. And Winters, despite not really being able to play defense with those 4 fouls, played some good D. But the steal from Arcee, and Darcy gets fouled on her way to the bucket. So an interesting sequence there. That foul whistled on Foot. And Darcy at the free throw line with an opportunity to add to her 10-point ledger. She was 7 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. And that one a little bit too strong. That's just the 3rd free throw of this second half for the Marines. Jefferson made a couple in that 3rd quarter. And a couple of misses there. 62-26 still. 7:24 to play. Foot, nice spin move in the lane. Butler wide open. Can't find it. Basketball will come back the other way. Trying to go into the interior now. It's Lindsay. And an offensive foul called against Shelby Lindsay. And that is foul number 5. And Lindsay has fouled out of this one here this afternoon. Lindsay will finish her day with 5 points. She had 1 trifecta in that 3rd quarter, but her day is done with 7:03 left to play in this one. And Sarah Winters and Martina Sands misconnect on the inbound, so a sloppy turnover for Air Force. So the Marines will get another crack at it. Darcy running floater, won't go. And as Butler comes down with the basketball, Martina Sands gets double teamed. This game has stayed nothing if not physical, as how about Katie Foot? She's got 7 in the game. Foot had 8 points in last night's game. And Butler out in transition, and it's going to be Foot yet again laying it up and in. So nice second half. And how about this? Largest lead of the game for Air Force at 40 points with 6 to play. Traveling violation, Keishana Johnson. And Air Force will call a timeout here with 5:59 to play. Air Force flying in formation.
Hey, I'm going out a legend. When you hear my name, you gon' respect it, cause I did it every time that I said it. Boy, I'm going out a legend. I've been working 24/7. They ain't give me nothing easy, so I had to go and get it. I'm a legend. They gon' try to act like we ain't had it. They can't overlook the way we made it happen, so I'm going out a legend. That's why I'm going out a legend. Yeah, I'm going out a legend.
Hey yo, homie, if I don't get a blue face bill, I never kick it like a Luke Kane hill. I'ma grind, no matter the repertoire. It's a true great skill. Never mad at homie, you hate still. But I'm a legend, I'm not running from nothing. I'm locked, loaded, and dumping. I cooked up in the private, then I showed it in public, huh? You see me rocking and not double the budget, huh? Winning the topic, I stopped, we hit the summit, huh? Yeah, get a ring, then do it again. Win the team, man.
5:59 to play here before this one wraps up. First game of the day here at Fort Moore, Georgia. Home of the Army Maneuver Center of Excellence, Army Airborne School. Lots of stuff happening. Infantry as Marines now in transition, and Brianna Allen missed the point-blank layup and a whistle. Farrah Butler whistled for the foul. And that's going to put Darcy back at the free throw line. Don't forget, our next game coming up is the Air Force men. They ended up with a 11-point loss, did the men last night to a very tough, Navy squad. As Darcy makes the first one. The Marines played a tough game against Army, but ended up on the losing side. So one of those two teams going to get their first win of the tournament in the men's game, as that bucket underneath missed from Winters. 38-point lead for Air Force here. Down low for Brianna Allen. Nice play. And Allen with 6 points here in this second half. McMillan leaves it for Sierra Winters, and McMillan can't handle the pass. It's always tough when you have a 30, 40-point lead. Got to stay consistent. Both coaches likely just wanting to get out of this one healthy, as there's a missed shot. Still got a lot of basketball to go this week. Still 4 more games after today in pool play, plus a championship or a consolation matchup. Right now, Air Force is going to be looking tough. That foul is on the floor. Tellez for the Marines picks up the foul with 4:40 to play. So staying healthy, obviously, one of the big things when you play every single day. You don't really even do that in college or the NBA. Sometimes a back-to-back, but that's about it, as McMillan drops in a little 8-footer. That's her first points of the second half. Brianna Allen quickly in transition. And she has just struggled to find the bucket. A lot of shots she usually makes as McMillan tries to get the shot. Butler gets her shot blocked. And it rolls out of bounds. Deja Fletcher checking back in for the Marines. Tellez gets tied up with Mondi, and I think Mondi's going to get the worst end of that one, and she is. She picks up the foul on the arm, and that's going to put Tellez at the free throw line. Tellez had 2 points in the game yesterday against Army. She was 2 for 2 from the free throw line in that one. Tellez, a staff sergeant from El Paso, Texas. And she drops in the first one, her first point of the game this afternoon. Just a dominant performance by Air Force this afternoon. Butler down with the rebound. Air Force working some time here on this possession in the half-court offense. Hess bullet pass to McMillan on the baseline. And this time, no, forced inside the interior. And Mondi couldn't handle it. Nice job by Tellez defensively, making her presence felt. Tough to get a pass in traffic in the paint against the Marines. Scoreboard notwithstanding. That's a tall task. And some wholesale substitutions as Dominique White and Jordan Gravely, Olivia Islas are all in the lineup. So players that haven't seen a lot of action in this tournament. And it looks like they will play out this final 3:37 of the contest. Coach Madden trying to figure out what he's got to do for tomorrow. The Marines and Navy will match up. Last year, the only wins that Navy got in pool play on the women's side were against the Marine Corps. And so both misses on those free throws. So the score remains 68-31 on the Air Force side. James Lewis probably seen what he needs to see this afternoon. Although likely some things he wants to clean up as Sierra Winters goes all the way to the bucket. She's got 8 points in the game. Back to a 39-point advantage for Air Force. But we have not seen a lot of Tiara Phillips here in the second half for Air Force after her big 14-point outburst in the first half. Haven't seen a lot of Kaylin Immel in the second half either. So I guess the beauty of winning big is you get to put a lot of players in the lineup and get them experience, especially those who haven't spent a lot of time playing. And how about Aronisha Jefferson? The corporal out of Camp Pendleton buries a three. She has 5 points all in this second half. Winters back to the rack. No, Islas down with the rebound. So we approach 2.5 to play. Fletcher working the point here for the Marines. And a little running floater from Jefferson. This time does not find the bottom of the net. Down low, McMillan in the low block. Turnaround jumper, no good. So the Marines hanging tough despite everything that's went wrong today. Jordan Gravely now finds Jefferson. Tries to go for a heat check three. Doesn't go down. And Sierra Winters will just dribble this one out. Again, Air Force trying to run the shot clock here. Be patient. This one was decided a while ago. This one put up by Farrah Butler. And it's become a three-point shooting contest. Jefferson missed that one. As Martinez Sands comes into the lineup, as well as Whitney Williams, and looks like McMillan and Sierra Winters afternoons are in the books for Air Force. Coach Madden telling his players to match up and see the ball. That's his instructions from the sideline. There's Martinez Sands. Nice move. And one. Coach letting Gravely have it. She got caught looking. And Martinez Sands at the free throw line. 77% free throw shooter at St. Thomas University was Martinez Sands. Misses there. 72-34 the score here. 38-point lead for Air Force. Islas turnaround jumper in the lane. Strong rebound by Tanisha Mondi. Player of the game, if I had to name one, it'd be Tiara Phillips. She had a strong first half, 14 points, 17 for the game. That's a team high for Air Force. Shaq Wade, we haven't seen a lot of her in this second half either, but she had a nice 13-point effort, but has not played in this fourth quarter. And looking ahead, Air Force will play tomorrow at noon. That should be a pretty good matchup against a decent Army squad, who we'll see later on today at 4 o'clock as Army-Navy game kicks off as Sands misses the free throw line. I should say her shot from the free throw line. Second one on the way. And this time she makes it. Sands with 5 points. 19.6 seconds left in this one. Fletcher up court for the Marines. Down to 7 seconds. Islas is going to try a long three. And Hess going to bring down that rebound. And the final score here in game number 1, a 39-point win for Air Force. 73-34. Air Force improves to 2-0 and the top of the table here at this Armed Forces Basketball Championships. The Marine Corps women fall to 0-2. 25 minutes from now, we'll have the tip between the men and women of, the men of Marines and Air Force. I'll get it right. You know what? It's going to be a long day. For our entire second audio-visual squad and crew, I'm Dan Hawkins. See you soon for Game 2.